Right guys, what if I told you that Grow Garden 2 will never have traditional admin abuse ever again? I mean, it sounds really strange because those events were one of the biggest reasons why the first game became so successful. However, the developers have essentially confirmed that the new game is taking a completely different direction. So today we'll take a detailed look at why team decided to abandon admin abuse events, what will replace them, why the first update caused so much backlash, and what the future of Grow Garden 2 will look like. So be sure to watch until the end because we'll also talk about a new system called Admin Party, which could completely change how players think about special in-game events. So before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And so let's start with what happened recently. Players were waiting for the first major update. Many believed that just like in the first game, the first admin abuse would arrive together with this update. But things turned out very differently. First of all, there was no admin abuse at all. Secondly, there wasn't even a hint of one. There were no global developer announcements, no special weather effects, no crazy restocks, and no unique world events. So instead, players received a fairly modest update. The developers added a Roblox feature that allowed players to teleport directly to their pets, along with several new items, some equipment, and only one new seat. And there's the interesting part. As far as I know, the paid teleport feature has already been removed. The community criticized the update almost immediately, with most of the backlash aimed at the pet teleportation system, and so this feature affected the update really bad. Players felt that the feature was too powerful and relied too heavily on spending Robux. Essentially, the more Robux you spend, the faster you could obtain rare pets. Many players called it a classic pay-to-win mechanic. Pay-to-win or pay to get better rewards. As a result of the negative feedback, the developers were forced to make changes. Some controversial features were removed, while several older mechanics were restored. And so look, if you open the shop right now, you'll notice that teleport option is gone. It was literally removed from the game. So yes, that's what's happening with Grow Garden 2 right now. But one major question is still remained unanswered. Why did developers decide to abandon the very feature that made the original game so popular? I mean, to understand that, we need to look at how the game is being developed. Many people believe that Grow Garden 2 belongs entirely to Jandel, but in reality, it's a little more complicated. In the first game, Jandel made most of the major decisions. Now, however, another developer named Adrian plays a much larger role. If you follow the official Grow Garden Discord servers, you've probably seen Adrian's post. He's the one who showcases new mechanics, shares development teasers, posts sneak peeks of future updates, and regularly talks about the progress of Grow Garden 2. And so that doesn't mean Jandel has left the project. He continues working on both the original game and the sequel. In fact, Jandel personally announced that the team was hiring additional developers specifically for Grow Garden 2. So it's safe to state that both developers are actively working on the project. Their responsibilities are simply divided differently now. And so this is one of the reasons why Grow Garden 2 is becoming very different from the original game. And so now let's move on to the most important topic. After the update was released, Jandel published several videos explaining the team's position for the first time. And so that's when it became clear why traditional admin events would no longer exist. According to developers, the biggest problem with the first Grow Garden 2 was the game's economy. Every single week there would be a massive event, every player would receive incredibly rare mutations, huge amount of money, extremely rare items, and unique restocks. And so this happened so frequently that the normal gameplay gradually lost its purpose. So like one player spends dozens of hours farming every day, they're carefully developing their farm, earn money, and search for rare plants. But eventually the difference between new players, experienced players, almost disappears. Why spend all the time progressing normally when another huge event will arrive in a few days and hand out massive amounts of resources all over again? So according to developers, this became one of the biggest problems in the first game. And that's why I didn't really want to repeat the same mistake in Grow Garden 2. So be sure to leave a comment telling me what do you think about all of this. I genuinely like to hear your opinion. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. I upload Grow Garden 2 news every single day, so make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next video.